And we live, players. I'm gonna have to work on an intro. Tonight is the rise of the Simp Army. We talking about the Simps. You know, for a long time, it's been said that Pookie is like the scourge of the hood or whatever. Pookie this, Pookie that. Everybody complains about Pookie. Um, but I've always said and maintained that the Simp is worse than Pookie, and for various reasons. And we're gonna talk about some of that stuff tonight, man. I don't know what Huff is doing, man, but I wish I could have got Huff up here. Hybrid Ninja Perspective, what's going on? Thanks for jumping in. But yeah, tonight we are talking about the Simp Army. We got Simps. There's a reason we have the Simps. There's a reason they're here. We're gonna talk about why, where they come from, what creates them, and why they are worse than Pookie and Ray Ray. Pookie and Ray Ray get too much credit, in my opinion, to be honest. I'm here with Shane. What's going on, Shane?
What's going on?
Yeah, so I'm gonna have you chime in for a second, man. Give your perspective on Simps, and we're gonna talk about what a simp actually is.
All right. Well, my perspective on Simps is just guys that just have this undying loyalty to quote unquote defend the honor of women while at the same time having no sense of value for themselves. They'll mindlessly throw themselves in front of a train just to maintain the frame that a woman is always right at any cost. And unfortunately, there's a lot of those guys running around. Like to um discredit a woman on anything is tantamount to blasphemy to these guys. You know what I mean? It's it's I don't know. I mean, at first it's entertaining, but after a while it just becomes disgusting because you know that these guys are like the gatekeepers of so many different things in life. You know, I mean, when you're younger, you realize that they're the gatekeepers of women because they cock block a lot. But then when you get older, you also realize that, you know, the simp is the guy that can mess up a business deal, or the simp is the guy that will co-sign starting a violent altercation that's needless. I mean, simps do a whole lot of damage to society. And yeah, I know you got some stuff you want to say about the simp, so I don't want to steal your thunder on that. So I'll just kind of let things
And
marinate from that, and we can just kind of
yeah, I
expand
know
on
you got some stuff
you want to say about the simp.
Yeah, I was getting a double signal there. Now, what I was gonna say is, I mean, let's first establish what a simp is. A simp, for the most part, is what you just said. Someone who kind of like sacrifices his own, self dignity, his own self respect in order to either gain proximity to women, gain proximity to pussy, or the promise of, or just because he's just being chivalrous at his own expense. Um, and that's pretty much what you said. But another thing I want to add to that is shaming other men into the ideology of doing exactly that. And you got a lot of guys who will go and virtue signal and try to shame other men for not adopting the ideals and the perspectives of simping and sacrificing oneself needlessly on behalf of women who don't deserve it, simply as a religion. To be honest, this is gotten to the point where it's a religion.
Mm-hmm.
You know, these guys worship women, right? So no matter what happens, it's like, people that are like in the Christian religion, and I don't want to stamp on anybody's religious beliefs, but the idea that we say, God works in mysterious ways, when something goes left that we can't explain, these guys will explain, away these women's behavior and make excuses for it. So what I'm gonna do in a second is I'm gonna share remember the clip that you sent me earlier?
Yeah.
I'm gonna share my screen to give these guys an example of some simping going on, right? So on YouTube, there's this, I think it was a Zoom call, right? No, this is like a panel, six people, three guys and three girls, and some guy is one of the guys' name is Anton Daniels, and he has a few women on there, and this guy, his name is Chicago Rilla, and he asked the guy, "Can women destroy men?" Right? And I want you guys to watch how this guy really tries to rationalize. Let me go to share screen. How he tries to rationalize defending the women, right? So I don't know if that's showing up. Is it showing? It's showing up, right?
Oh, let me see here.
Yeah, it's showing up. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit play on this video. Let's check it out.
Where I'm losing money, I lost my house. Yes, but are you completely destroyed?
You mean in terms of killing women?
Yeah, but I don't know. We're talking to that extreme.
I mean, but I'm just saying on every level, a woman can
she is Kay. I believe that Kay is.
Okay, people can murk you and then it's done. Yeah.
But no. I mean, on every level, honestly, and I hope that I'm saying this right now.
Bring it back to the original question about building. And I'm assuming that's where you're going with your question.
My point is that if the same thing has to be true on both sides. It has to be true on both sides.
Hey, we still got a lot of show left, y'all. Take a moment to breathe, y'all.
Man, I gotta pontificate on that.
Now, peep how my man, right? They asked him a direct question, y'all. All right, so check out Chicago Rilla.
It's simple. It's simple. It's the same thing on both sides.
I am out to get you.
Building. The process of constructing something.
Okay, so let me ask you a question, Rilla. Can I ask you a question real quick? Can a woman destroy a man?
Jeez, that's a good question.
Well. Oh, let me.
So here's what I will say. Yeah, because as soon as you said that, cool. That's a great question. I think at the end of the day, the man has to accept responsibility for whatever his actual consequences are. I don't necessarily think a woman can destroy a man. Let me give myself as a real example.
Bruh.
Nah, not bruh. This is like real spill. The whole time I went through my situation with the mother of my children, I never attributed any fault to her.
I hope y'all listening to this. He said the whole time he's with his child's mother, he never attributed any fault to her. So basically, no matter what happens in the relationship, everything he assumed the accountability and responsibility for everything that happened, including the things she did.
Anything that happened. Anything. anything. I always assume, and I would never tell another man that another woman is responsible for your downfall or for the situation that you found yourself in. This, that, and third, blah, they skip.
Hold on, before you answer the question, because we do this, we okay accountable on the same level. You have to give us a yes or no answer before you add the context.
Finally, justice.
So are you saying that a woman cannot destroy a man?
That is an affirmative no.
Bruh.
Well.
This man just said a woman cannot destroy a man. We've seen plenty men destroyed by women. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I can say that.
You know, he said a woman cannot destroy a man. Like it's impossible. Like it cannot happen. It cannot happen.
You know, Chicago has always been suspect. You know.
I've never heard of this guy. I'm be honest. Like this is my first time seeing him.
Yeah, he's on the show. He's been on the show. He does not always on the show, but he's on the show, and he would always give pushback whenever there was a point where there was, you know, that black women were going to be held accountable. He would always throw some kind of wrench he would always throw some kind of wrench in the conversation, you know, to where that couldn't happen.
Now, I think the only time he didn't do that is when Kay was the one saying something, because a lot of the stuff she says is pretty indefensible, but that's neither here nor there. But yeah, oftentimes he's always.
I don't know who Kay is. Who's Kay?
That's on the girl on the bottom right.
Oh, okay. And the girl on the bottom left, her name is what?
That's Courtney Michelle.
That's Courtney. Yeah. What was it, about a couple months ago? She went full, you know, gynocracy on our ass and shit. I remember that. Yeah.
So I'm gonna play a little bit more of this video, man, and like these are the type of motherfuckers I can't stand, man. I be trying to understand, what do you get out of this? I feel like I've said this before. I said the simp and the coon are first cousins.
Yes.
The simp and the coon, the simp and the coon are first cousins, but they have so much in common. You know, the coon is the guy who, you know, who sells his race out to get nothing, and you know, in return, like you know, you get used as a utility, you get no respect, and you lose. So let's play, you know, let's play a little bit more of this. And the funny thing is, not even these girls in this video are feeling him.
Yeah, they're laughing at him.
Check this out.
Well.
Y'all know I rest my case.
Anton, between the putting the finger on the temple, now the hands behind the head. I know what's going on in your mind.
Because I don't think that Rilla is being genuine right now. I think that he wants to make sure he's staying 10 toes down on his argument.
No.
Rilla, look, I was the perfect example earlier. I said, you know what? I'm gonna have to backtrack on this thing.
I've done that multiple times on this show, so I know. Listen, give me the context, because I actually just laid out from a personal experience.
Are you telling me, Rilla, based off of all of the different conversations that we had about family court and women destroying men and all of this other type of stuff, that we have a conversation about on this platform, that women cannot destroy men?
Listen, I hear you, Kay, and this is the thing. Women using the legal system, right? Even when you trace through all of that, because what you're going to say at the end of the day is, you know, yes or no, this and third. And what I'm saying for context, bro, honestly, at the end of the day, we saw that coming.
Rilla, a woman can literally accuse you of something and completely destroy your life. What are you talking about?
Literally.
Real talk. We see it happen with college students.
I do it. Okay.
So let me pause this again. So he says that you can see it coming. I don't understand what that has to do with the ability of a woman to destroy a man. So wait, so a man has like some superpowers or some shit where they can tell if a woman is about to destroy him. I mean, now don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. Men do a lot of putting themselves in positions to be destroyed over pussy. And you know what we call those guys?
What?
Exactly what he's doing right now. We call them simps, right? A lot of simps.
Okay.
They put themselves. We can't hear you, Ian. They put themselves in position by being naive and ignorant. You could tell. I can tell without knowing much about this guy. I can tell that he's been shit on by women, and he's blamed himself for it.
He's been indoctrinated.
Yeah, that too. But these guys, what they feel is that when women are acting out of turn, they blame themselves. They victim blame themselves, to be honest.
Yeah, it's a coping mechanism.
Yeah. So, any you guys got any commentary on this so far before I start playing it again?
Yeah, I really don't have much to say. I mean, when I first saw it, I was what really had me cracking up is when Kay called him out, because Kay is the one that's usually the disruptor of the group, saying stuff that's indefensible and deflecting from answering direct questions. It's like when she was calling him out, I just fell out. I was on the floor.
I mean, yeah, she's I find it interesting that in this video you got three women and two men looking at one guy who's trying to absolve women from accountability, and nobody is feeling them. From what I can tell here, nobody's feeling them. Them girls are like, hell yeah, we can destroy you. We got power to destroy you. We know it.
Yeah.
How you don't know it?
And when he was talking all that stuff about how he don't blame his wife for nothing, I'm thinking in the back of my mind, she's probably hearing this thinking, and I was like, yeah, I got a sucker for a husband.
Women,
I mean, when you say stuff like that, that tells a woman directly that I can do whatever I want and get away with it.
Listen, women like simping and they hate simps. They like simping and they hate simp. You know what I'm saying? They love these. They love the, the benefits of what these guys do, but they do not respect these guys. And what I'm trying to understand is, these guys they take the Wile E. Coyote approach, to try to get the affections of these women. They know it does. I mean, I would tend to think that they know it doesn't work, but apparently they don't. You could tell them to their face, bro. Simping is not gonna get you that pussy. It's not.
Simping ain't.
Well, when a simp tries to one up another man, that's what he does. He plays Captain Save 'em. So he's like, so he can't toe to toe go against the other dude. So he plays that role. He plays, and not even Captain Save 'em. It's like he plays like he's hard, because a lot of dudes in life, right? They're not hard until they get emotional about some shit that you did to a female. You know what I'm saying? This like this motherfucker is you know what I'm saying? Somehow, if you throw a female in distress in front of them, they get all this this extra courage and whatnot,
It's like it's okay now because I'm here.
Listen, man. Listen.
They're turning to All Might.
I'm gonna say this, man. I don't like to see women hurt. I don't like to see things happen to women. I don't, because women are people. I have compassion for people. My thing is, at the end of the day, man, You know, you got to call a spade, and you know, you got this dude sitting here stunting in front of 5 other people, 3 of them women, and the women are telling you, "Yo, we can do it." The women are telling them,
yeah.
You know, and you know, it's like Dylan Roof said, you know, I killed the people in the church because I'm racist, and his defenders is like, no, he ain't, right? So, like, yo, like you're really going hard, and to be honest, a lot of these guys, man, it's not just that, you know, a lot of guys are virtue signalers. They do this for, you know, the gram, or they do it for the book, or you know, they do it to look like the white knight. But a lot, you know, and a lot of them are not, you know, necessarily about that life. They just want to appear to be. But a lot of these guys are true believers.
No, he is Chicago. He is true. He is a true believer. Cause like I said, there's you know how Hood Scholar did you that time.
Oh man, we ain't going shit on Hood Scholar.
No, I'm not. You know I ain't going there.
Yeah. No doubt.
You understand what I'm saying though? I'm trying to give you an understanding.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying.
Yeah, that's what he would do on the show when it really came down to it. He would say something, you know, to throw a whole wrench on you know, we getting right down to, we about to ratchet down on the accountability aspect, and then, you know, he'll say something to unravel it, but he'll make it look like he's this super masculine individual while he's doing it to hide the fact.
Yeah. Shout out to Hood Scholar. Like Meta said, you know, that's our guy, man. You know, we've all, listen, man, you know, we've all been told that women are a thing, and we believed it. It's like being told that there's a Santa Claus or there's an Easter Bunny. We want to believe it. And, you know, life shows us otherwise. It shows us, nah, this is not real. And, you know, we have to reconcile that. We have to reconcile reality versus, you know, whatever we've been taught, whatever we've been indoctrinated. And, you know, you can see in his face, like, you know, he's struggling. Look at his face. He's struggling. Let's play the rest of this. There's only a few more minutes. Let's play some more.
I knew this was.
I'm just saying, Rilla. You telling me that a woman cannot destroy a man?
Literally.
Now we move. We
moving. How is that moving the goalposts?
We're moving goalposts. What was the original question?
I said, can a woman? I'm using it to make a different argument.
Okay.
Can a woman destroy a man?
Even said it was a good question, Chicago.
Cool. So can a woman accuse a guy of rape?
That's not what I asked. I said, can a woman destroy a man?
I said
Grape jelly.
Grape jelly.
This is a real B&H customer story. Steph Mandis came to B&H to take her photography to the next level. She's an artist by choice, pizza maker by birth, and B&H customer for life.
Cool. Can a woman accuse
Grape jelly.
Grape jelly. Cool. Can a woman accuse a man of grape jelly and destroy his life?
Real, I can't believe you're doing this right now.
I can't either.
Look at his face.
I mean, help me out, because I'm trying.
It's a straightforward question. Can a woman destroy a man?
Sure, Anton. Yep, she can. She can destroy a man's life. Yep.
Oh, really?
I don't want to say I'm throwing you a bone, but I understand what you're trying to say.
I'm just trying to figure out what
you're trying to say is a woman or man can't destroy a person, because to destroy means you put an end of it. That's it, unless you kill them. But can someone put you in a predicament where I'm losing money? I lost my house. Yes, but are you completely destroyed?
Even in terms of killing women,
yeah, but I don't know if we're talking to that extreme.
I mean, but I'm just saying, on every level, a woman.
So, and you know, I see you saying, God, you saying the audio is echoing. So, you know, I try to turn down the sound on the computer so that it wouldn't echo. But now the argument they're changing it to he asks, can a woman destroy a man? And now she's saying, well, you have to completely destroy. But see, he didn't use the word complete. Like, words are important, and people try to change the argument that they can answer the modified version as opposed to what was asked. And
yeah, Courtney did that. She's playing along with Chicago.
Yeah, she was kind of jumping in and save him because he was embarrassing himself.
No, it's not about embarrassing. She's not. Hold on. It's not about. That's not what I'm saying, bro. She came in because she agrees with his point. Like I said, she's on that same feminism type of thing. So she's coming in and reiterating basically what he's saying because they both believe the same thing.
But see, women can cause irreparable damage. They can cause damage, period, and they can destroy or completely destroy. They can do all of the above.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't matter which word you use or to what level you want to describe the destruction. They can do all of those things.
Right.
I'm gonna try to play this video again. I'm gonna turn my computer down so we don't get any echoing, please.
I'm gonna mute my mic too, just in case.
Yeah, just everybody let me know if they what, I'll just mute my shit and then let's play this video. Hold.
I believe that kids.
Okay, people can mark you and then it's done. Yeah.
But no. I mean, on every level, honestly, and I hate that I'm saying this right now.
Bring it back to the original question about building, and I'm assuming that's where you're going with your question.
My point is that if the same thing has to be true on both sides. It has to be true on both sides.
Hey, we still got a lot of show left, y'all. Still got a lot of show left. Just take a moment to breathe, y'all.
Man, I gotta pontificate on that.
It's simple.
What?
It's the same thing on both sides.
I don't know, bro. I don't know.
We're gonna find out these point of views tonight. We're gonna get to the bottom of it. You guys are just tuning in. Welcome to our P. Let's Talk. Make sure you guys get them likes up. Also, subscribe to the channel. Appreciate all the.
Shout out to these people. It's my first time coming across their platform. Shane sent me this earlier.
You haven't listened? You haven't listened to them before?
No, this is my first time seeing them. Shane has brought them to my attention earlier today. And we was talking about this whole Simp thing, man. The sad thing, about stuff like this, man, is it stunts growth. It stunts growth, man. And Meta, if you want to jump in here, man, let me know. But shit like this stunts growth. The thing I hate about Simps, and again, like I hear dudes complain a lot about Pookie and Ray Ray, and the only problem, and I'm gonna say this, and then we're gonna get back to Simps. The only problem that I would have, with a Pookie or Ray Ray is, or the only problems I have is, number one, they are positioned as the face of black men, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right. Number one. Number two, they their actions and crimes and all that stuff gets blamed on the general population of black men.
Yeah.
And of course, the things that they do and things like that, affect the lives of people who, again, will turn and say, this is us. Outside of that, I don't care. And I tend to think that most folks, most people, their problem with Pookie and or Ray Ray is that it's about women. It's about these guys are getting the women that you're not, right?
Right.
Now that's
jealousy. A jealousy.
Yeah, it's a jealousy. It's an envy thing, right? So I have a bigger issue with guys like this. The reason for that is because, for all of what people want to say about a Pookie or a Ray Ray, they, you know, their influence, their power, their influence is limited to a particular environment.
Yes.
You can't say the same about the simp.
Yes.
The simp, you know, is pervasive. The simp is in all levels, you know, of life, all class levels.
Well, here's the
Government,
thing. You can
etc.
have a simp. You can have a simp Pookie. So a simp supersedes a Pookie and Ray Ray, because a Pookie and Ray Ray can also
And
be a simp.
yes, sir. And I was gonna get to that. Yes, sir. See, me and Ruffin had this discussion before with Denmark on Facebook on a live.
Mhm.
And yeah, see, the Pookie and Ray Ray is a type of simp, right?
Yeah, definitely.
You understand?
Yes,
But
definitely.
yeah, they can or they either can or don't fall under the category of simp. But simps are everywhere. Simps are in government. Simps are at work. Simps are, you know, everywhere where Pookie can't be, and also where Pookie can be. See, Pookie is where Pookie is, but the simp is everywhere Pookie is and everywhere Pookie ain't.
Yep.
And that's why the simp is worse than Pookie. And there's guys like that are the real problem. Let's talk about what a simp is and what a simp isn't. A simp isn't somebody who respects women. A simp isn't somebody who loves women, or, you know, is married or has children or treats his woman right, or, you know, whatever, sympathizes with women, this, that, and third. You know, a simp is an agent against men for feminist, objectives and things like that. You know, they believe in the sacrifice and the undermining of men and masculinity, for feminist objectives. Like you said, the simp is Agent Smith.
Yeah.
Who else said that? You're not the only person to say that. Did you say that today? You said that.
Yeah, I said that today.
You said that today. You said the simp is Agent Smith.
The simp is because Agent Smith is just contagious.
Elaborate on that. The simp is Agent Smith. Elaborate on that, man.
All right. So I'm saying the simp, like anybody's seen the Matrix knows that, Agent Smith was able to pretty much copy himself. And he was just a one-dimensional character that only thought one way, and there was no deterring him from that thought. And that's just pretty much it. I mean, that's how simple the simp is. It's like there's no logical reason that will break him of his one-dimensional thought process. And
I would also
spread.
Yeah, because anybody in the Matrix could be Agent Smith.
Yeah, because the thing is too, it's like simps will indoctrinate other men, especially at a young age. Take for instance, like you mentioned today, the Steve Harvey show where he was questioning the kid about how to court a woman, and this whole audience was applauding the kid for devaluing himself, saying that he will pay any amount of money or whatever for a woman and take her wherever she want to go, even if he don't even want to go.
I think, me personally, I think women indoctrinate and create simps, and I think they create simps and they create Pookies. The thing is, I feel like a guy like Steve Harvey is not a cause. He's a result. See, yeah, okay. So this is what metaphor says, and this is what the point I was saying. The simp can appear out of nowhere and in situations where there is no point. There you go. And when I hear this, the Agent Smith comparison, it's like, you walk in a building and you think that the secretary is the secretary, but then she turns into Agent Smith. So like you like Smith can just morph, like, you know, the simp can be anywhere. The simp can become anything. The simp is like, you know, a virus, like, you know, like Pookie, again, Pookie is like a benign tumor. And the simp is a malignant tumor. You understand what I'm saying? The simp is a cancer. The simp can spread. Whereas, you know, Pookie, you know, is like a lump that you can just remove or that'll just stay in one place. Pookie is a blackhead.
So really a simp also, though, a simp can also be a non-simp at some point in time.
You know what happens, man? You got a lot of guys who say they red pill, right? You got a lot of guys who say they're, you know, whatever name you want to use, red pill, MGTOW, Ibmore, you know, whatever. But what they really are, they're really, you know, blue pill simps who at the moment are experiencing like some sort of rejection. Maybe they're in a mood,
disappointment with their relationship, you know,
or disappointment in women for not getting what they think being a simp is supposed to give them. You know, these guys, the reason why a lot of women say they don't respect simps is because, you know, they think the simp is disingenuous. They think that these guys are doing this because they're expecting shit in return. Like, you know, we've all seen, you know, that meme where the kid's holding up, you know, all the nice things he's done, where he's supposed to get a, you know, ROI on his simping. You know what I'm saying? So the simp Pookie will end your life over what he thinks is his. A simp type starts gang wars over box. A real nigga turns into a girl dad and feels guilty about early thousand scumbaggery. That's a fact. I know a guy like that. I was with him yesterday. Or dudes try to clean their record, right? Real talk, man. You know.
No, explain that. Explain that. Explain those last two.
With this here, a real nigga turns into a girl dad. You know, you got a lot of dudes, like, look at Jay-Z, for instance, right? You know, he done had a daughter, and now he feels like he doesn't want to say the B word anymore. Like, you got guys who, you know, they did a lot of, you know, greaseball shit when they was younger, and now they got daughters, and now they don't want what they did to other women to happen to their daughters, so they get real simpy, right? So, you know, how about I inbox you? I'm gonna inbox you because right now I'm gonna bring you in. I'm gonna you know, bring in a panel of people later on. But I don't, you know, how about I hit you? Let me hit you in the matter of fact. Hold on. Let me send this link. Put this right here. I don't know if he can see that. Yeah, I'm gonna have him come up on in here. You know what I'm saying? We'll put the link up, but we ain't gonna do the full panel yet. But yeah, so at the end of the day, you know, you got a lot of guys who, you know, they done found Jesus in their offspring. And they trying to make up for, you know, like he said, past scumbaggery. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, a dude's trying to clean their record. But at the end of the day, you know, we know that women don't respond to this shit. Like, how long must you know, chop dudes necks, you know, cut dudes throats? Women don't respond to this shit. They not only do they not respond to you hating on the other guy, you know, throwing them under the bus, but, you know, they don't, you know, I don't see too much successful simping, you know, in reference to, yo, you trying to rescue the chick, or like with this guy, there's no pussy to be had. He's just on a panel. And I think he's an example of a true believer. He's somebody that really feels that, yo, like as a man, you know, like his whole duty, his whole reason for breathing oxygen on earth, his whole reason for his heart pumping blood through his body is to protect women, not from physical harm or this, that, and the other, but from accountability.
Yeah, because you know what he did. He was gaslighting Courtney to the point to where she had said, I didn't know if you guys had caught it. She had said, I don't see that women can end the life of men. She was like, oh, if it's up to a point, and I'm looking, I'm like, did I just hear that? This bitch is basically saying that a chick can't kill a dude, and they're killing dudes every day.
Listen, man, get Meta, what's going on, bro? Megatron.
Peace. What's going on? What's going on, man? What's happening? You can hear me?
What's up? Yeah, we can hear you good. You coming through
My
real
shit
good.
going slow right now. Hold up.
Peace. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Of course, women
that pissed me off,
Peace, man.
You got a delay there?
Basically, nah. It's I'm on my computer, so sometimes it gets a little choppy. I don't know. Maybe it's because I got these shows.
Well, we listen. Go ahead, man. Mega, we oh, okay. He'll jump back in. Ian, you were saying.
So basically he gaslighting this chick to the point. So he's like, okay, you know, he asked the question, oh, can a woman destroy a man's life? She says, oh, up to a certain point. You know, if you're talking about just ending it all, you know, no, if you know she can destroy him financially and
Everything
this. No, I'm like, yo, you're crazy.
Man, what the fuck?
She can kill. Like there was just an article just put out the ex-girlfriend killed the dude because he ain't want to kiss her in front of his new girl. Fuck out of here, man.
Listen, women can kill men, women can kill women, and women could kill children. I mean, at this point, it's not even that's you know, the fact that in 2021 this is still like something that's like up in the air is ridiculous. Like
it's crazy.
You know, to the point of delusion. Like, yo, bro, like, come on, man. You got chicks, you know, doing all types of ill shit to dudes, and we shame the guys for defending themselves. You know, once upon a time it was don't hit a woman no matter what, and that turned into don't hit a woman unless your life is in danger. Right now, you can't. Now you can't do that. Now you can't. If your life is in danger, you just supposed to take the L.
Yeah, yo, I was in the store the other day. I told this security guard that I was slapper, right? And no, but listen,
toxic.
Listen, the thing was, right?
You're a toxic Avenger.
She wouldn't shut the fuck up though. You know what I'm saying? She wouldn't shut up. She was talking about she was gonna call this and call this person, and all I said was I reached to get something, right? And she was like, instead of saying to me, oh, you know, you can't touch this, right? She chopped my hand. You know what I'm saying? She chopped my hand, and I'm like, yo, all right, okay, can I get my hand back? You know what I'm saying?
Well, you mean like a side hand chop?
Well, I put my hand on it, and she chopped on my hand, and then left her hand pressure down on my arm, and I said, can I get my hand back? And that's all I said. And I looked at her. I looked at her with, you know what I'm saying? I gave her my look and shit, you know what I'm saying? And then that intimidated her. So then she was like, she started popping off at the mouth and this and that and whatever. She gonna call this person and this and that. And she just kept going on. And I didn't say nothing. I just gave her my look. Like, bitch, you don't know you fucking with. I just gave her that look, and she just carried on and kept on to the point to where I said, you know what I'm saying? You say you gonna call folks and this and that. I said, bitch, I'll slap you. You know, I wasn't gonna slap her, right? But I had to say something because the bitch she wouldn't chill with that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Gonna slap her.
but the thing was, but the manager, he was like, oh, I'm shocked. And you know, it was a black dude. I'm shocked and surprised. He says, you're a man. You know, you're supposed to let a woman, you know, basically that's what women do. They do this and they blow up and they this. You have to let her this. You're a man. I'm surprised that you like, yo, man, are you serious?
We have
You have this lady. I'm a customer. You have a lady, a lady who's talking shit to me. She should be fired. Instead of saying this chick should be fired, he telling me I should be a man and let this bitch abuse me.
Yeah, Simps. Like I said, Simps. They think of themselves and other men is disposable by right, no value at all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, protecting women is now putting yourself on the chopping block. Megatron.
What's good? You can hear?
Barely.
Oh my God.
Barely. But yeah, you know, just so the world understands, the views and opinions expressed by Ian Gray do not necessarily reflect those of Shane Rabb and Marcus Aurelius.
We don't go around threatening to slap chicks.
Bitch, I'll slap the shit out of you.
I slapped the shit out that motherfucker, man.
Oh man.
Yeah, I don't have that Sean Connery power. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you guys ever saw it, but in Sean Connery's later life, you know why you didn't see him in Hollywood after a while? Because he openly admitted that sometimes a woman could use a good slap just to keep her in line.
Oh man, don't compare me with Sean Connery, bro. Come on, man. Come on with that.
The views and opinions expressed.
Come on, man. You went too far, bro. You went too far.
I'm just saying, you know, it's ridiculous.
No, I wouldn't compare you to him.
Yeah, we're at this point in 2021. We no longer live in a world where, you know, we're in the wilderness and there's wildebeests and we don't have you know, brick and mortar and computers and tech. I told somebody earlier today, if you think it's bad now, wait till automation. If you think motherfuckers, if you think that these women is on these shit now, I don't need motherfuckers, right? And you got these simp motherfuckers, you know, cheering them on for free, right? Wait till automation. Wait till automation.
Yeah, automation that's going to be bad. Like, you think there was a loss of jobs before?
I mean, you know, and going deep into that is a different discussion. But I'm gonna tell you, what I'm trying to understand is, you know, for the life of me, right? I think that a lot of us, you know, we talking about simps. You got Hotep simps, you know, simps for pay. You know, all of these guys. I think that people really underestimate the danger. You know, you got simps making policy, man. Simps make policy, man. They write laws.
But the thing, because I brought up that story, right? Because the like I said, the security guard, she, you know, he was protecting her to the point where the chick, she kept coming around like she was getting ready to try to hit me or some shit. You know what I'm saying? So the whole time, you know what I'm saying, he could have clamped down on her, right? But before I said the slap situation, he could have been like, "Yo, chill. This is a professional environment. Yo, chill with that." At no time did he want to check that bitch. At no time. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, "Yo, man, what? You think I'm just gonna let any human being just continue to fucking abuse me? Yo, man, I'm gonna have to address the shit. You know what I'm saying? It's just natural. You know what I mean? Like, yo, I got, you know what I'm saying? I might not do nothing, but I'm gonna say something at least.
These guys, they're still assuming their not role, their role as the knight. And we're way past medieval times. Medieval times has been over for a very long time. These are not those women. And again, Simps, like I said, watching this video and watching this guy for no like Mega said earlier, for no profit, for no reason.
It's self-hate, bro. That's self-hate.
For no point. Like, what do you get from it? I mean, we know that simping doesn't pay. It doesn't even pay. You get nothing from it. You know what I mean? Again, simping is not wanting to protect the women in your family, the woman in your life. Simping is not any of that. Simping is not buying women gifts if they deserve it. Simping is none of that. Simping is, offering up your self-respect in return for a false promise. Or pussy.
Man, I don't know what that manager was gonna get out of letting that chick continue to. She was threatening me, bro. She had already chopped my hand already, right?
Yeah.
So, so she ain't got no problem at all breaking all. I mean, that's what I'm saying. She can get sued first of all. You know what I'm saying? She ain't got no problem breaking all the rules already by chopping my hand first. Second, he gonna let the bitch continue to threaten me. You know what I'm saying? And I hadn't even said nothing. All I said was give him my hand back, and I gave him my look. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, man, like you ain't gonna pipe down on this chick.
See, let me tell you another thing that I'll tell you what Simps do get out of doing what he did to you. They get this false sense of, they get to feel like the protector. They get to feel like a man. They get to feel masculine.
Yes.
If for no other reason. Yeah.
And they get to feel like they beat another dude. It's like a dirty macking is a competitive thing. So a weird dude will be like, yeah, I was the better man. You should just buy me a drink because you're a realer. I was a realer player. I earned her. You know what I mean? You was the one that wasn't paying no attention, and I stepped in like a real man. I'm sure you've seen the memes and heard the logic before.
It's all a way to, I guess, get the social currency, the points, and this self-righteous idea of yourself as like the higher masculine, figure, the protector. It's sanctimoniousness and it's self-righteous, for nothing, actually at a loss, at the expense of. These guys, they put themselves up as soldiers or like attack dogs for these women, and 9 times out of 10 it's not even about this is my woman or anything like that. Like he's homeboy in the video, Chicago Rilla, again, and these guys will get abused by the same women they're defending.
My thing is they should have kicked when Courtney came out with that bullshit. They should have kicked her off the show, right?
They ain't gonna do that. They not, and I'll tell you why. Because Kay has done so much worse on so many consistent occasions, and I think she's there because she adds the shock value to the conversation.
Shock value, man. We real niggas. Ain't no shock value. We see these bitches every day. Ain't nobody shocked by that shit. Nobody shocked by that shit.
She keeps people coming back. I mean, because it's like when she talk about stuff, it's like, man,
she keeps Simps coming back. I don't know. I mean, when I found out the truth, I stopped watching the show. You only watch. The only reason you're gonna still be watching that fucking show is if you a simp, right? That show need to be cut off the air.
So let me read this comment, y'all. Simps are cowardly by themselves, but dangerous in groups.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. So, like I said, man, they again, it's virtue signaling, white knighting, just putting up a front, and even for the true believers, right? The men who really believe that this is their purpose in life.
Mm-hmm.
And they disrupt so much shit. They disrupt progress.
Mm-hmm.
I want to right now talk about the ways in how the simp disrupts progress. I'll give you an example, right? Years ago in the Dominican Republic, before American dudes really started to go down there, now this is a third world country where it is custom to for women to serve dinner, all this patriarchal shit that would go on in the third world country because they're not developed, so they can't practice feminism there. Understand, like, feminism can only exist in a space like ours where women can actually afford to be feminists. You go to these third world countries, there's no child support, there's no welfare, there's none of that shit.
The state has to support feminism for it to be viable.
Yeah. So
feminism is a welfare-dependent framework.
We ain't got no money for that.
Yeah. So Mega just said it. Feminism was a welfare-dependent framework. So, and it's also upheld by patriarchy. You need patriarchy to have feminism.
Yes.
Because feminism is not enforceable without patriarchy. It's just not.
Right.
You need men to enforce it. So check this out, right? Back then, you go down there, these women were, totally accommodating to guys coming down there from here. Now, I'm not saying that they no longer are. What I'm saying is, since a bunch of motherfuckers been going down to the DR, tricking hard, what they have created to some degree is these girls down there, they have changed with the environment. See, simps are going down there, tricks are going down there, and they're changing the environment, and they're changing the attitude and expectations of the girls. So now what the girls will do when you're spending money or you're offering them money is they'll do the exchange rate in their head. So, they'll say something, you can offer them, what to them is a few hundred pesos, and they'll ask, they'll do the exchange rate like, oh, you're only giving me such and such amount American. And I'm like, you ain't in America, bitch.
I want to interject with something. You know what else that does that also messes up our cool factor? Internationally, we're not known to be tricks. Like, there's dudes that travel, Black American men, and get money out of females. So what are we doing, messing up our image, paying for something when we have the image that should be paid for? We have a whole bunch of pretenders in that country. I would never give up my American bread to pay some dirtball joint from some foreign country for an experience that she should pay for. You're chilling with a cool American dude, you goofy broad. You should pay me for that with your meager money.
But you know what these simps created? They created a Delta variant.
Oh man, check this out, Mega. Let's be honest. Everybody here is not a cool American dude. I understand what you're saying. At the end of the day, even if you're not a cool American dude in America,
you still are.
You're automatically cooler than their local. Trust me, bro. I've been here for years. The most old, even though it makes them mad because it's next door neighbors, the most thorough dude up here like it's dudes that are in the game up here allegedly, right? There's people from the crib that told them you're not going to be in the game anymore. Once you cross the border, you're automatically a regular guy. Like these girls will eat you alive, because we come from an environment where the girls is already on that type of time. Why would you reduce yourself to that somewhere else?
No, but again, what I'm saying is that's for you and me to say. Understand, a cornball here is a cornball anywhere. Understand what I mean, right?
Right.
You take somebody from Nigeria, they going hard in Nigeria just to maintain. When they come to America, that doesn't change because the environment is different, right? At least not for men.
Wait. You know what?
Understand this. No. Let me make the point.
Okay.
What I'm saying is, Mega, these guys, right? Some of them will go down there and be like, okay, I'm down here. But understand, a lot of these guys that go down there, a lot of these guys don't have game in the first place. So they go down there and they do the same thing that they would have done up here. Now you might say, well, why would they do that? What's the purpose of going down there and doing the same thing? They go down there with the same scarcity mindset that they would have in America, right? They understand. They're throwing the bread around down there, but they can't do up here. They want to feel like they're the guy down there that they can't be up here.
They want to be the VIP dude. They want to be the Detroit. They want to be BMF, basically. They want to be BMF in 02.
Yeah. So they go down there where you know the dollar is offset, right? You know, and they want to feel like big man. So they go down there, they do all of that shit, and they fuck it up for guys like you and me, you know, who would not go down there ODing. Right? So then these girls get hip to the game, like, okay, you got this influx of guys who are tricking hard. So now they get hip, they get wise, like, yo, you got a trick too.
They're the Delta variant now.
So now you're saying they mutated.
Yes.
They mutate. So what I'm saying is, what I call it is that these guys are going into these spaces and they're poisoning the well.
You know what's weird? Remember when Atlanta used to be a place where you could, I mean, it still is if you had the right mouthpiece, but remember when Atlanta was like a little DR within the United States?
Oh no,
I mean,
no, you're right. In Atlanta, man, you can go anywhere in the city of Atlanta and the chick would just bow down. You know what I'm saying? It used to be like
Atlanta, it's like 51% of the women.
It used to be like that. You're right. It did used to be like that.
DC was also similar where I'm not gonna say you couldn't be nothing, but it was an advantage, right? There's just an advantage. It was just a built-in advantage. And I think other people got hip to that, was like, oh no, I'm about to throw the simping into the game and I'm about to be the paymaster and see how it works with money, because maybe it'll work even better for me.
But you're right though, man. Because I'm here in Atlanta, I'm trying to figure out, right? Because a lot of these chicks still will get with these dudes, right? And I'm looking at these niggas, I'm like, why are you simping? This chick want to get with you anyway. Why are you fucking simping? And the chick still wants to fucking get with you without all the extra shit.
Listen, man, they come again. What I'm saying is, if you got an environment, where, you know, where women are pretty much starving, and before we get there, these girls will pretty much do anything just to survive. And then you take these guys and you put them in that environment, and it's starting to change the women. Then you can't blame the women.
Yeah,
you understand what I'm saying?
You're right.
That means the guys were the issue. Yeah. And I've said this before. Like, I mean, I understand, you know, what we're dealing with in America, right? But you know, for guys to go down there now, these girls, before we get there, they're in a poverty-stricken country dealing with their men that live there who are not rich. These guys that they're marrying and having kids with before we come into the mix are poor, and they're happy with those guys. But when you show up, you know, you throwing so much money at them that they're feeling like, well, damn, this is what I'm worth now. I'm going to charge a premium, and the price goes up because of these type of motherfuckers that we talking about. You can't blame the women then. You got to blame the men.
You got to blame the men.
So in our predicament, you know, again, I'm not saying it's kind of like a cycle that kind of like, you know, perpetuates itself, where you have women that raise these men to do this, and then the men spoil the women, and then those women raise the next generation of new simp motherfuckers that are going to grow up and do the same thing.
Yes.
It's a perpetual circle.
Yeah, it's Atlanta is, like you said, Atlanta is a prime example of that, because there's no reason why niggas should be down here simping and faking and fronting like they are as hard as they are. There's no reason for it. None.
I think a new generation of dudes and people within our age group started falling for the opposite game and playing a role, not understanding that somebody like you, they're gonna like you anyway, and that displaying that is just gonna make you fool. And if you don't have it, it's gonna make it worse for you in life. But because there's a collective of them moving in the same way at different levels, this is gonna lead to problems. Not only like bro said, it's gonna increase their standards artificially, so they think, oh man, this is just the regular situation, and it's not. So when somebody real comes into the room, they're not really gonna be able to deal with it. Not only that, but it's gonna build resentment with the people that are used to the situation being a certain way, and they're gonna fight tooth and nail to maintain that. Because why do you get to not pay for something I've been paying for?
Or getting paid, because, you know, when the simp comes in, they simply raise the price by overpaying.
Yeah.
You know, and that's true for here. You know, when you OD, you know, a lot could be said that, you know, about, you know, when the hustlers, you know, started hustling, and they started, you know, like really tricking hard on these women. These women came to the belief that this is the new norm. This is how it should be. You guys owe us this life, right? You know, they look at reality TV.
The difference in that case though was that they was trying to have long-term relationships with these dudes though. You know what I'm saying? Now
sometimes no.
Before they would want to snatch a dude up and hold on to that dude. Well, now they know that they don't want that dude. They want to get all that nigga's bread in one day and be out. You know what I'm saying? That, like, that's their goal type of thing. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have that goal. Like, okay, in one day I'm gonna take all this niggas, everything, and then I'm gonna be out. You know,
or be one of the BMs, be one of the baby moms. That's
that's what I'm saying.
It depends on how much they actually like the guy, because, like, you know, you got to understand, like, some of the hustlers, they was feeling, you know, the money was a bonus that came with a guy that they was feeling, or vice versa. You know, they wanted the money, and the fact that they was feeling them was a bonus, or they get with a guy that ain't really feeling, get as much as they can because they planning their exit, right? So BGS is in the chat. I know BGS is going to jump in here at some point. Sometimes no, had to get theirs before jail. Yep. Like, this motherfucker gonna get locked up at some point. We build it before this happens. You know, the girls, you know, and a lot of people say, you know, women are not logical. Yeah, when it come to that pussy, they get extremely pragmatic and logical, and they you know, you can throw the thinking cap on, and they'll get a sharp number 2 pencil and start, you know, crunching numbers. How long your ass got till you get locked up, and how much they got to put aside before that happens, man.
Mhm,
They are
mhm,
very pragmatic, and you know, any other time, what?
mhm.
When it comes to that, the matters of the vagina, oh, these motherfuckers is rocket scientists,
Yes, sir.
you know. But yeah, man, like I said, man, you know, at some points you got to blame the guys. You got to blame the guys because they enable. But again, they were raised by, you know, either a man who was raised that way by a female, or a single mom who told them this is the way. This is the way.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm gonna tell
Yeah.
you, I'm gonna tell you, this situation is so terrible, right? Like I was with the reparations advocacy group, right? And there was this one dude that was part of the local advocacy reparations group here in Atlanta. Now I would kind of run into trouble with these chicks because they was feminists, right? And then this dude, so I'm talking to this dude, I'm getting to
Oh,
know him, and then this dude, he ended up siding with the chicks. But before he did that, he kind of confessed to me that his mom, that he basically disowned his father. He disowned his father because his mother had told him that his father was a bad person and this and that. And not until he got to like basically he shut his father out of his life for like over 15 years, right? So when he got like 21, she told him the truth that really your father is drinking and ain't about nothing because I cheated on him and it destroyed the marriage and all that or whatever. Come to find out. So I'm like, okay, so I understand why it is that you're taking, so you basically are destroying this political advocacy group and co-signing all this toxic feminism because basically your mother basically told you a lie and you don't respect men anymore. You know what I'm saying? And so he ends up enabling all of these feminist chicks in the group. He becomes a cosign for them. You know what I'm saying? So everywhere you go, these simps become the enforcers and the cosign of these toxic chicks, and you can't get nothing done in any aspect of life. You understand what I'm saying?
Marcus, you muted.
and yep, I know exactly what you mean. They become guard
Okay.
dogs
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
enablers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We you know, I want a few guys. I want a few of you guys to I start with Shane to go into what you think can be done, because my feeling is though is that Simps are actually preventing us from getting where we need to be.
Yes.
And I want you, each one of you guys, to give me, I guess, your point of view on what can we do about it?
Well, I don't know if the simp problem can be cured because they far outnumber, guys like us that kind of like see what's happening. So I think the best thing is just having just knowledge of how they operate. You know what I mean, and helping the younger guys come up and understand, that the whole simptitude before they get caught up in it and they can't find their way out.
List them. I say list them. Like, there should be a simp database where certain dangerous simps are collected and the exact action in time. Like, yo, this man was doing this in favor of these 304s. I'm not gonna say that word, but in this particular industry at this time for this reason, avoid working with this man. Son funny. He's gonna take up for joint over you. That's not a good move. Or like I mentioned earlier, oh, somebody's on super duper girl dad time. If you mention something that's not in a female's favor, or if you have a son or if you have sons, this person is not gonna help you out. Stay out they like do notice that and tell the bros, like tell people in your network that are like-minded not to work with that person. Do exactly what these people do.
Mm-hmm. Yep, blackball.
Simp registry. That's interesting.
Yeah, because I said something about not working. Like, if you do music, stop engineering and writing for feminists. Of course, people are not going to do that, but it's a start. And the same thing with simps, like, because you can drown something out like that. Like, if it's only simps doing certain things, and you remove yourself from there, and then you'll notice a lesson in equality, maybe.
You don't think how much do you think shaming would mitigate some of this simping? Now, I'm just throwing it up. I'm not even saying it's the solution, because I mean, women shame simps, and they clown simps, and they abuse simps, and they keep on simping. So, you know, I want.
I mean, that ain't gonna work, because it's like, when the thing about women is, like, with their words, they can cut deep. It's just something about how they use their words, to where it could steal a man's soul and then crush it. You know what I mean? So,
that's the key to it, my brother. We do the psychological warfare through a female voice. If we had an attractive female and used her for anti-simp memes, like on TikTok, things that we say but have her say it, and just bad as hell,
This sounds like something I said last night.
Okay.
And I was told, shout out to Black Uru. He's not in here right now, but yeah, me and Uru, what I was trying to explain to Uru yesterday, and we, you know, BGS, shout out to BGS, because BGS was in one of those conversations where Uru was in. You know, what I was saying to Uru just last night, I was saying, this, I call this, part of, not the complete, but it's part of the art of war, man. You know, you can't be the face of it. You have to put someone else's face on it, that their face resonates with the people, being spoken to. Like like when we do it in racial context, we use a Jane Elliott, or people like that, where you have, they have to speak to their group about the issue. If you got, like he said, if you got a woman that's clowning simps, now, will it eradicate? Maybe not. Mitigate? Possibly, right? BGS says simps will be with us always, and I agree, because at the end of the day, like, you got guys that, one of my boys, man, shout out to him. He that's my man. But he knows that I look at him as a simp. He tells me, well, my mother told me how to treat women. I said, okay, well, is it working?
You talking about the dude you always tag and post?
No.
Oh.
Nah. Not him. I tag him sometimes, but I ask him, does it work? And that's what I always ask. Like, when it comes to people and their ideologies and their ways of moving, is it working for you? Is it working for you? Is it getting you the results that you want? If not, you might want to reevaluate your strategy a little bit, maybe, right? Like, somebody told me X, Y, Z.
I don't think they think about results. They don't know that there's any other style, and plus it's the new social order, so it's a double fear factor. They don't want to hop out of the new social order because they think they'll be alienated, and that there'll be a dearth of something that they already have a dearth of. Like, well, it's already not cracking.
Simping and Simps is not new. The thing is, I will say this, right? I mean, because a lot of these guys, they've been this way. Is not even something recent. I understand you saying, these guys are scared, or what else you said? You said that they don't want to do it because aside from the social order, you said something else, and I just missed it.
Having a dearth of something they have a dearth of. Okay, if you hop outside of this new social order, people will accuse you of being an incel now. I'm noticing that word being thrown around in communities that it shouldn't be thrown around in. Like we had no business using that weirdo word. And that these people, okay, you said right. I'm gonna assume they're not getting any results. So they're afraid to hop out of that situation with the few meager results that they get, thinking that they're not gonna get any results at all.
No,
Not
but they
knowing that
they see other people not doing it and getting. This is the thing, right? If you're doing something, right? It could be a workout, it could be a diet, it could be anything, right? And you're not getting results, and you see a guy that's getting the result you want. But the first thing you do, what are you doing that I'm not doing?
Yeah, I'm asking what's up.
You know, no. You hate on a nigga.
Who do that?
Well, that's your other option, but that ain't gonna get you nowhere. It might get you punched in the face, right? Now you worse off than when you started, right? But all I'm saying is, yeah, that now you ain't getting no pussy and you got a black eye. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, look, man, if you see the guy doing or getting the results you want, and he tells you, hey man, I see you struggling, do it like this. Why not? Maybe, just maybe, try it once. Nah, I'm gonna just keep doing it this way because my mama's grandmama's 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 grandmama said this is what a real man is. Yo, grandmama's 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 don't know what the fuck she talking about. She don't
Exactly. And why would they tell you to get other people of their species? Like, why would they give you an advantage? I mean, I don't know. I can't say that for everybody because my mom and my aunts gave me a little bit of game. I don't know. They kind of told me not to simp.
That's like
in a way.
That's like, redneck come tell you, hey, brother.
Your mom told you not to simp? Are you serious?
Yeah, and I don't even rock with her like that, but I'm dead serious. Like she a couple times, yeah, she's revealed a lot of things about women to me. Before, and she kind of gassed me up.
That's another thing that girls, women act like
she's in the army though, so it's different.
They act like we don't know women or have women in our families that don't put us on the game. But what I'm saying is, it's like expecting the rednecks or the white people to tell you how to defeat white supremacy. Now, I'm not saying that you don't have, or can't get allies. You can, you know what I mean?
But 9 times out of 10, they're not gonna do that.
Well, 9 times out of 10, we again, Shane already know this was another thing, a topic of discussion yesterday. Again, we talking about recruiting people, right? Recruit white people to fight your race war, recruit women to fight your gender war, right? And you can do it. It's possible. It's been done. How I know? Because they always recruit us to fight us, right? You're always gonna have a sympathizer. Right. So that's why when I was talking about the art of war, that's one of the things I was talking about. Is kind of what you mentioned earlier about get a girl to do it. You get a girl to shame the Simps, you get a girl to shame the Pookies, you get a girl to shame, other women that are acting. It's just most of these chicks, you talk to them, they want to be silent, supportive. The Simps, they're not as silent. They want to do their simping out loud. Otherwise, what's the point? I gotta let people know I'm simping. Oh, you men, you ain't real men. You should be like me. I'll jump off a building for these bitches. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, they want to simp out loud. Mm-hmm. But if they simp out loud and enough women, like look at this. The funny thing is, we just watched a video where, you got two women that's looking at the guy that's simping crazy, right? You got the one chick that tried to help him out, but 2 out of the 3 women were like, what's the matter with this guy? So he had 2 women and 2 other dudes like, yo, bro, like you going hard. Who are you who are you simping on behalf? Like, what is the
But
point?
you know what? But you know what, Marcus?
Fake man.
You know, when the chicks come in on behalf of a simp, so here's the thing: these chicks are semi-feminist. The reason that they come in is not because they have sympathy. They're saying in their minds, they saying, man, for a man to be doing this, it's gonna fuck up our whole game because people are gonna he's really gonna bring to light how fucked up the ideology is, right? Because because the chick is like, when we do it, you know what I'm saying? It's harder for men to catch wind of how retarded and how crazy it is. So she's like, man, the dude, it's like he's doing it so bad. She's like, we gotta shut this nigga up.
So are you saying Simps expose female nature?
Yes.
He was making a simp. He was making a simp black cop.
Yes.
I hear you, but I think you're giving too much credit. I think, yeah, I think Shorty is defending him like she would defend, women doing stupid shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And doing a bad job at it.
Yeah.
Doing a bad job at trying to make a case. So she's, I don't think that she's trying to stop him from talking to because people are seeing the chinks in the armor of simping.
They're seeing the chinks, Marcus. They're seeing the chinks.
I think that she was trying to defend him the same way that old girl hit her dude with a car and beat him with the bumper, and women were like, well,
he shouldn't have been playing with her feelings.
Yeah. And this is
that's one thing I can't stand is how the narrative always gets pushed that the guy must have did something wrong in order for the woman to do what she did.
Because let me tell you, man. The truth is, women are the most lied to group. Period. And guess who's lying to them? It's men.
Other women.
Well, and other women, but other women are receiving. Men lie to women so they can feel good about them, so they can get pussy,
and so they can sell products to them as a whole. That's another reason.
Women's feelings are profitable and lucrative. Like women's emotions, there's money to be made. I feel good. Sorry, Meg, I'm gonna say this real quick because I know you had something to say, but feeling good is like a drug to women. And you can sell it to them through words, images, just whatever. Make them feel good, and you could take that all the way to the bank. Just make them feel good. Simps, they're just terrible at it, right? They do it. They don't do it for a profit. They do it for free. But girls just want to have fun. What's what Halle Berry saying? Monsters Ball. What she say?
Make me feel better. Make me feel good.
Make me feel good, right?
You know what's interesting too? Like the simp will provide this sort of euphoria to like. Well, I'll start by saying we know that there's a lot of women that believe that they can have it all, and they go after trying to have it all. The simp will come in with this idea that he can provide it all, and some simps can provide it all. But then women get disgusted when they get everything they want.
Hold up, you know what it is? They want to test what all means. Oh, you said all, huh? I got your all. I'm about to take it all. I'm about to take it all from you, and then I'm gonna get more from other people. Like they want it all, or they want it all, but they don't want you. They want your all, but they don't want you, which is cool because that can benefit other people. See, that's like anti-sipping. It's like a crackhead getting a fake rock. Hopefully it promotes them stop smoking crack. And you're like, but that's unhealthy. It might hurt the fizz. So what? You know what I mean?
Come on, man. Dopamine, man. Dopamine.
Yeah, I mean, but people don't learn from those lessons. The feed is still gonna go out to try and find a real thing, even though it's a mostly fake world. Just like the simp, he's gonna be discouraged, and he has the wrong mom and the wrong family members, and be like, well, you'll just find the right one out there. No food, you just made you turned yourself into a plate again, and you will be eaten again to be reformed again. and that's fine. That's the circle of life.
Listen, man, look, women have crossed away
You
a
know,
lot.
I almost pity a simp because it's like they just don't get it. And they never see
be
them
reformed.
reform.
You said what now?
You said they'll be reformed. They will be reformed and eaten again.
Listen, these chicks for feel good, for good feeling,
they chew
for
them
good
up.
emotions.
They
For
chew
good
them up,
emotions.
vomit them out, and then they eat them again.
Yo, listen, for good emotions, these chicks will throw away the whole thing. They'll destroy the whole thing to feel good. That's what they're doing, to feel good. And you know, these guys, I was asked, you know, when I talk about SYSBM, right?
Mhm.
You know, what about the rest of the men? And
Mhm.
you know, I said it. I said, you know, the rest of the men falls into one of three categories: either the apathetic, the simps, or the Pookies, right?
Mhm.
Or I should say four categories, because then there's the SYSBM. If you decide to save yourself, you know, in whatever manner you choose to, you know, and you know, there was an argument that, you know, there should be legal proceedings that take place. That was Black Uru's argument, and I'll save that part of it for when Black Uru returns, and we'll discuss that on a separate live on its own. You know, there's, you know, whether you choose to do that or you just choose to go the individualistic route, or whatever you decide to do to save yourself. Selfish, you know, I'm, you know, if you're selfish, I'm not knocking your selfishness, you know, because we've given away a lot over all these years, to the point we've given so much we can't give no more. So if somebody decides they want to be selfish and look out for them, and if enough guys do it, then it's a movement, then it's in mass. But that's a decision. But anyone who does not choose to do that, if you decide to either be apathetic, I can't save who doesn't want to be saved. You can only save me, and other men could save them. The other thing is, you're talking about Pookie. If Pookie wants to stay in the hood, he can stay in the hood, or he can continue, whether it be physically staying in the hood or continuing to engage with you know, with groups. Or if you're talking about the simps, who to me is part of the problem. Why would I have sympathy with these guys? Because they're men like me. Like, what we have to understand is that just because, you know, all kin, what is it, all skin folk ain't kin folk, or whatever. Just because, you know, you have black men, you can't save all the black men. Can't save them all. They all don't want to be saved. Some of them will work against you. Some of them will work against your objective. You got to leave some of them motherfuckers alone. Everybody can't join the army. Everybody can't join the Navy. Everybody can't join your movement. Some dudes are not eligible. They don't qualify. So this idea that, yo, everybody got to go, or, you know, if you're talking about a small group of people, you know, that's going to do a legal movement, I'm not against it. It's just not what I think is effective. So I wouldn't take part in it. But, you know, if you want to save yourself, or if you want to go about, you know, dating out, whatever you decide to do, you can't. If you're gonna try to save, Simps don't want to be saved. Simps will burn it down. Simps will burn down your movement.
Yeah.
You know, Simps, they're the agents. You know, as soon as somebody starts talking, you know, we be in Facebook posts, somebody, you know, we having a whole red pill discussion. Some dude jumps in and, y'all sound like some women haters. Woo, simp alert.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, I've been in groups with Yadabin Yisrael. they throw a dude out the group real quick behind that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? And it has to be a Sparta type effort. Like when it comes to what chicks want, when they about their movements, man, you know, you get a girl that says, well, you know, we gotta think about what the men want. They label them a pick me, and this is Sparta, and they kick them down the hole, and it's over.
You know what simps I can't stand the most? the ones that you see trolling on the internet where you can't even tell if the account might be a fake account that's really a female. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. I've seen.
See,
Like they
I
will
do.
go out of their way. They will go out of their way to try to dish you, dirty Mac, and shame you, even to the point of trying to go to your personal profile to lift pictures and make memes out of you, all in the defense of the women in the group, thinking that they're going to get cool points.
Bro, listen, you know what happened? People made the dirty pages about me to the dirty pages. I have 8 collie threads about me and mad different stuff because I went against Simps, and also for ADOS reasons, but mainly because I went against Simps. Like a lot of dudes
You
like
said ADOS, right?
yeah, and because of that too. But I'm not. It's like I'm not even on Terrell. Forget Tone and Shorty. I'm not even rocking with them. Like I do my own thing.
Mm-hmm.
But because of anti-simp behavior, there's been paid. Look, even like the original. I was affiliated with the original anti-simp page on Facebook. It had way more followers. Dudes helped get that taken down. Like they will attack in favor of these joints. They will mass up and go through your shit and find old posts and all that. I mean, we do the same thing back to them now. There's a page on Twitter called "Is This You" that finds old posts of them. But yeah, they'll definitely go through your life and try and like shut your shit down if you say certain things.
Oh,
Because,
I got a story for you. I was in this group. I forget what it was called. It was a while ago, and somebody had added me in there, and then I didn't know how many Simps was in this group because I think it was literally saturated like 98% Simps. Because this post was made, and I gave my red pill opinion about the subject matter, and then so this woman jumped on and she said something smart. She was trying to talk slick. So I made a comment referring to her weave. And that at that point, it was over. I had like 30 dudes trolling my personal page for 2 days straight.
yeah, and I bet you was having notification after notification. See, I like things like that. I hop in them and I enjoy it. But the funny thing about it is they'll report. Like they resort to the weirdo tactics. Like they'll report your comments so you won't have a chance to say anything back due to this. Like the post can be
Go ahead.
The post can be completely misandric, and then you know what I mean. Like I'm defending our kind as a man, as a black man. You see this person insulting this, and then all of a sudden they just hop on. I know exactly what you're talking about, but
I'm in
another.
I'm in the official Kevin Samuels fans and Red Pill movement page, right? And group, right? So I put a post, I said, after Black women co-signed the imaginary suffering of elite slave owner descendant white women that opened the door for any group to claim equal priority with regard to need to be repaired and protected as an oppressed group, the same as Black people, unless or until Black women denounce feminism, every group will feel justified in following the path of gaining priority victim status entitlements at the expense of marginalizing Black people in America. So this dude, he came under and says, clowns love to blame Black women, your mothers, for anything you can. But here's the thing. I said that over a top of the Black chick who got fired for trying to stage a walkout to destroy
Dave Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle. But so I'm like, dude, the Black woman tried to destroy Dave Chappelle for a group that really has no validity, right? And you're gonna tell me I'm blaming Black women when it's a fucking Black women. What's wrong with this nigga, man?
Yeah, check this out, bro. Check this out.
You're not allowed to talk about the queen. You're not allowed to talk about the queen, brother.
Because all right, again, check this out. I'm sick of these dudes with this, your mother. First of all, these women ain't your mother. They're not. They're literally not your mother.
Right.
I mean, some of their mothers is rats though, so let's not be too hasty on saying that.
They're figuratively not your mother. They're nothing like that generation, right? Now, mind you, well, you know, might apply to your mother, but what I'm saying is, you know, at the end of the day, what these guys got to stop doing is envisioning their mom in every chick walking the planet. Every black woman is not your mother. That's number one. Number two, the same way you can raise a child in Christianity, Islam, any of that, feminism is now a religion. Feminism is a religion that you're teaching, you know, these boys. You're teaching these boys that women are better than them, and it is their job in life. It is their duty, because men are about duty. And you're assigning them with the duty of protecting women at all costs. All women, protecting all women at all costs, even at the cost of their own life, their own self-respect, and you know, their own agenda, right? So you're asking these boys, or better yet, you're demanding that these boys throw their lives away on the behalf of women, again, who are not their mother and who are not worth it, right? These dudes are, you know, if you say anything bad or true, perceivedly bad about black women, these guys will form like Voltron.
Because Malcolm X said that they're the most unprotected and disrespected. So they internalized that and didn't understand the context of the time or the audience or even where exactly the speech came from and why he said that at that time. They just internalize it and they go pit bull crazy, they go mastiff crazy, and they get to barking and hollering and drooling because those virtue signals get a response.
Listen,
and the response is you're a good boy.
They take these phrases, you know, like what he said and a few others said, and they make these things mean what they need them to mean for their movement. Right? Understand.
No, you know, Marcus, though, I'm gonna be honest. I think he was saying exactly what he needed to say, almost like an oracle in a sense. Meaning, in that moment, Malcolm X. I think he said Malcolm X when he said that. When he said the woman is the black woman is the most. I think he knew.
He was speaking
I think
for that time.
Yeah, I think as an oracle, I think he was saying exactly what, like he said, like Meta said, he knew the audience was a bunch of black male simps, and he knew the only thing that he could do to get some fire under these niggas.
Yeah, but understand that. But I understand that. But again, that perpetuates that idea. So I'm gonna hold that against it. And you know, don't get it twisted. Like I prefer X over a lot of other black leaders. But that one statement is where I differ. It wasn't even true for the time, and I understand why he would say that, because it was like a battle cry, a political move, whatever you want to call it. But that statement, like, you got to be careful what you say, because then it could be abused. It could be used incorrectly. You got to be careful what you say. So, you know, when you say stuff like that, because to be honest, and I said it elsewhere, how can black women be the most, because most is your number one, the most unprotected and the most disrespected, when they even disrespect black men, and they are protected by the state and by black women, by black men from black men? Who is protecting anyone? You know, who's protecting us from anyone? Because
Nobody.
black women have protectors. The state doesn't protect black men.
Let's have an honest estimate. What percentage of hood violence, if you had to say your experience as a man, is proxy violence because a female felt disrespected? How much of that is that?
Shit.
Well,
is it safe to say? Hold on? Is it safe to say it's over half?
I would say it's over half. I would say it's over half because there's not that much owing bread or disrespect in the world. Now I understand people are on the internet right now, but I see a lot of girls cheerleading that shit, and it's been going on since forever. Not only that, but calling the pit bulls because somebody said something that made her mad. And then we see all these videos. It's been going. The internet's been around forever. This has been happening since before the internet.
Well, I'm
gonna
gonna
go
add
get
to
my
that.
brother.
Though. I'm gonna add to that. It's the proxy violence extends even to a more nuanced to where you got niggas thinking that a bitch is looking at them will attack another nigga. You know what I'm saying? You know, I mean, meaning like, oh, I might can get this chick attention if I beat up on this other nigga over here. You know what I'm saying? That's how
I know a guy who and these are my people that I grew up with that I'm about to mention. I ain't gonna mention his names. I know a guy who did time for a murder he didn't do because a girl from my block said that some other dude, I don't know whether he was supposed to smack her on the ass, whether he supposedly smacked her on the ass or what. But she told another guy that guy shot the guy that she accused, and another guy took the fall for it and was in jail for like most of my life, came home, and shortly after coming home, he died. That's
so
some sad.
So that's three. That's
some
three.
sad
That's
shit.
3 dudes that got
Off
took
of her
down
accusation,
by
her tee.
So the girl, again, I know all these people. I even know the guy who they killed, right? I know him too. The thing is, so you got the guy that got killed, you got the guy that went to jail. The only guy that was good through the whole thing was the guy that actually pulled the trigger. He went and lived his life. The girl, like, forget her now. She's all strung out and shit. So this dude had to die for a girl that none of these dudes, I don't think, were dating. Like, we were just, everybody was from the same block. So they felt like, oh, she's from the block, we gotta protect her. Because I know who the girl's kid's father is, right? And it's none of these guys. So, yeah, so that happened, and you know, my man walks off, and my other man goes to jail. His life is done, and this guy he died that night, and you know, because he did this, right? Now, fast forward, same girl. I'm on my block with my cousin, mind you. Everybody in my building, I've been, you know, I grew up with everybody. My cousin's been coming to the block for years. Everyone knows who my cousin is. Apparently, this girl does not. Girl walks by, same girl. My cousin shoot a shot. She keep walking. She goes to get her baby's father this time.
Oh,
now,
man, that surrounds this chick.
Now, check this out. Dude comes back. Now, look, check this out. My cousin ain't no joke. But this dude comes back. You know, her child's father, who again, I know him like we grew up together. He said, yo, I know who you are. You're his cousin, but yo, don't disrespect, yada, 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 yada. Now, my cousin is looking at this dude like
what?
he's chopped me, right?
Right.
Because my cousin gets busy. Now, don't get it twisted. The guy who's talking to him, they're both not suckers.
Right.
But just imagine how I could have went if yeah, like I live on the 5th floor of the building. Baby child's father lives on the 4th floor. His brother used to take us to school when we was kids. That's how far we go back. If the relationship wasn't so, it would have popped off. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if not for that, and see the girl did she done already got a dude shot. Now she's still going to dudes talking about, yo, he said this, that, and the other. You trying to get more dudes shot. This dude come back. My cousin didn't even say nothing crazy. I was there the whole time when he said what he said to her, but how dare you try to talk to me? I'm gonna go get my man. Dude comes and see, he probably had no idea who he was about to step to until he seen us.
Right.
But he had for his girlfriend's honor, he had to say something. Right? But he couldn't do anything because it was us.
Wow.
You understand what I'm saying? So he had to say, hey man, nah, you can't do that. And then he walks off because he knows he can't pop off. He can't pop, you can't pop off.
So she has no remorse whatsoever.
No, she don't, man.
No. Well, she's a crackhead now. So fuck it.
But still.
Of course, but at the end of the
There's
day,
there's a lot of girls walking around like that to where it's like, just death surrounds them. And
nah, this ain't no death around them. This a chick causing death.
Nah, yeah, this is what they.
There's a couple girls on social media that have memes of it where it's like there's like 10 to 15, and I kid you not, and every one of them dudes died. I actually know a couple girls like that where it's like, yo, this man's out of here, this man's out of here. I'm like, man, what's really good with your situation?
Say that now. What now? There's a meme, and they got you say
like
they
it's
got
a
Nazi.
girl, and it's like the dudes that they mess with, and it's like RIP for a lot of them. Like, I don't know if it's 100% real, but like there's people in the comments going down like, damn, all them dudes is dead.
That's crazy.
I got another story for y'all. So, and this is out here, right? So when I ride around, I ride strapped. D Scott, what's good? So when I ride around, I ride strapped, right? So I'm driving. I decide, grab me something to eat. I go to, Panda, grab me some, Panda.
Right.
I pull over, and I'm busting it down in the car, right? Now I'm whatever hood. This is Vegas. I'm in whatever hood. I'm in somebody's hood, right? But when I'm done eating, I go to toss the styrofoam container in the dumpster, and I miss it, right? So I'm about to get out the car, grab the shit. Before I could do that, some chick walks out and says, "Hey, pick that up," right? And I waved to her. I said, "No, I got it," right? Just then, this other chick comes out, taller chick. Hey, what the fuck? Cursing me out. Yo, you can't do that. What you doing over here anyway? Yada yada yada. This and that and the other. I don't care. I don't care this. I don't care that. Now, mind you, I got 3 guys on the panel side from me. If a chick popping off like that, why is she popping off?
Because it's somebody in the house. It's somebody about to.
There you go. Immediately. Oh, got it on the first guess. So then this big goofy motherfucker comes out the crib. Right? Mind you, I ride strapped all the time. He's coming out, and this is me going to pick the shit up, but now they done made it a thing. So he's walking towards me, right? So now she says, "We don't care what you got. We don't care. We don't care." That's when he stops. He stopped, turned around. Big husky dude too. Turn around, started walking away. Cause he like, well, shit, I do care, right? now this is a chick, right? They standing by the door of the house. This is far away from me. He's walking towards me. They didn't move. The chick that's talking the most didn't move, but she talking about what she don't care about. Cause she feels safe that if any shots ring out, it's not gonna be to her, it's gonna be
of course she's not gonna care, because he's gonna be doing that one thing on the ground where it's like
So as the paramedics is trying to breathe life into him, she gonna be crying and all this shit. Nah, you didn't care. Now what I did, because I had other shit to do, was I just got in the whip and drove off. After he turned off, walked away from me, because if he kept walking, he would have got his ass lit up, and then she would have had to cry and be fake, you know. And she was
it's weird. That'll be one of them situations where they'll say, man, a lame nigga killed a real nigga, man. I swear to God. And it's like, why? Because you initiated that.
Yeah, so you was cool. Not only you was cool sicking your dog on me, but then you even express you don't give a fuck if I'm carrying, right? So here's your guy, your dog, your attack dog, your simp dude coming at me. I don't know if this is her boyfriend or brother or baby father. I don't know who this dude is to her, but at the end of the day, you ain't have no problem dispatching him to me, knowing that I might be holding. Right?
Knowing that he could die.
No, yeah, not knowing and not caring. Not caring. So you can only hope that this dude can walk back to you in one piece, because he came very close to getting lit the fuck up. I live in Vegas. This is open carry, stand your ground and all that.
It's super weird. It was over nothing. It was over her. She just wanted to try and check you. She wanted to try and check you. Like, she seen you was out of the car trying to put the shit in the trash, and she just wanted to add some extras to it.
Yeah, it was two females. One wasn't so noisy. The first one, she just wanted the shit picked up. But the second one was rah-rah, and she was willing to serve her male cohort up to me, not caring whether he walked back in one piece or not. And that's how crazy it gets, when it comes to the simp stormtroopers.
It's weird that they don't think about that.
They don't care, bro. That's the thing.
They really don't care. When that shit goes south and they act like they are remorseful, there's no tears in their eyes. It's just a bunch of drama. And then when the shit blows over, they go find another dude. They just
he went out like a real one.
You know what I've seen? Like, after a shooting, man, I've seen it before. Like, somebody hugging up on shorty, and I'm like, come on, man. The way you rubbing her dude is they pushing on his chest, and I'm seeing dude hugged up on her when the paramedic lights, like, where they bringing son, like, it's over for boy, and son is all hugged up on her already. That fast. Body not cold yet. Body still warm with the bullets still in there. You know what I mean? Still kind of trying to do already hugged. Yeah.
Listen,
the sad thing is, that's in the black community. The sad thing is, that's just how relationships are. Like, as black men, we already know most of our women don't care about us.
But check this out.
Even if we have kids with them, they just don't care.
The reality of that situation, that story I just told you, is I cared more, not only for his life. I mean, listen, I wouldn't have went to jail, but I had time, to shoot a motherfucker and have to wait for the police and all. I ain't have time for that. But I cared more to not shoot the dude that was approaching me with an intent than the people he was living with cared. And the funny thing is, he's not even, or was not even, aware of that fact in the moment. Because all he was thinking about is, oh, these girls is upset. Mind you, I'm nowhere near them to be any danger to them. I was a danger to him. And the fact that, I jumps in, he turns around and I jumped in my car and drove off. I could have waited for him to come, because he talking like he was going to get some shit. It could have been some shit, Mega. You understand what I'm saying?
That's what I mean. You could have been a crazy dude. And that's another thing. A lot of these girls, I think they set situations off. And this is a phrase I've had for a long time. Like, and they always rely on, I didn't know, because you can't control the drama all the time. You can't control everyone's reaction. You don't know whether you were on some nut time. Like, you know what? Oh, I got something, and I'm going to call more niggas that got something. Or I could be out here on bullshit, and you were my excuse to commit the bullshit. Now I'm tearing the house up.
Yeah. I mean, because I'm at your place of residence. I can make note of your address. You don't know where I'm in the car. I can leave and I can pop back up here on some other shit and you won't know. But again, I think that these women, they respect dead black men's bodies more than they respect live ones. And these guys, they are quick to sacrifice themselves. I mean, we all heard the story about the woman who, felt she was disrespected at the Dollar Tree, a dollar store, or whatever, and she goes and gets her son and her dude, and they come back and shoot up the security guard.
Right.
They in jail. Well, I think she got arrested too, but of course she's not going to do as much time as them, right? And then a lot of these articles they wrote on it, they didn't even include her in the story. When you see the headline, 2 men shoot security guard at the dollar store, then you got to read further to even know that she was a part of the situation. He said Family Dollar. Thanks, man. Yeah, the Family Dollar. So, they light him up on her behalf, and they listen, they for them to for her to go back home off something so petty, for something so petty like, I need you to go, and you know what these guys are going to do, right? The simp army, bro. And not only is that man that was at the Family Dollar working, he probably got a family that he's supporting, that's why he at work, he's gone, but now they gone. This is what simping does.
Yeah, that's what it does.
I'm gonna see if I'm gonna put the link up and see if anybody want to jump and say something real quick, right? But this is what simping does, man. And our culture, Black culture, the gynocratic culture, it endorses, it creates, encourages, this simp religion, simp.
You know what it is. Basically, it has become the mark of the beast. You cannot buy, sell, or trade without being a simp.
That's true. Think about it. Even in rap, the Tupac rule took over. If it wasn't for that, follow what the girls want. Remember, he said, follow what the BII say. I'm not going to say the whole word because I don't want your joint to get messed up. But you know what? You remember he said that follow what they want, follow what they say, follow their way, and you'll be successful. And a lot of dudes took that. It's supposed to be an art form that's based on us. Why is the single for the girls the first thing you put out? And it's been that standard to the point of where they're dominating the charts now.
Wow.
Yeah. So, Drake put out a record called Nice for What? Nice for what to these niggas?
Yeah, he did. You know what? That kind of went past my radar and shit. That nigga did say that shit, didn't he?
When that shit came out, when I heard, you hear the sample and his flow on is whatever, but then when you listen to the lyrics, it's like, yo, bro, you going real hard, huh? Nice for what to these niggas?
Yeah.
Nice for what?
That's crazy.
Like, don't be nice. For what? What are you being nice for? You got this, you got that, you got 100 bands. You being nice to what? Nice for what to these niggas? Because you got shit. There's no reason to be nice.
Well, you know how that nigga roll. Goddamn, taking niggas wives and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Well, again, he has flipped simping for a profit, just like Derek Jackson and those types of people. That's why I'm saying
Justin LeGirl.
Simp for pay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's a few of them. There's even a new breed of power simp, dudes with tattoos on the face and gold teeth that have a tough appearance that say, "Oh, I'm a simp, but I'm also strong, and I will threaten my way into you listening to me. You're not a real nigga if you're not on my simping."
Yep. Yep.
Yo, we gonna go for about 10 more minutes and then we're gonna cut it off. We ain't gonna go the distance tonight. So like I said, I posted the link And anybody want to give a quick word, they can jump on in. But Shane, so let's again, we gonna close it out. Your opinion overall on the rise of the Simp Army, how where they come from, your opinion, how we got here, where we going with it, like what's your take?
Well, I guess the most I can say is just don't do drugs.
Have you been injured in a car accident?
But yeah, man. I mean, nothing profits being a simp. It's just not gonna work. Death and destruction follows, and you just sacrifice your self-respect. And as far as trying to overcome simps, it ain't gonna happen. They're like roaches. They just gonna endure.
What's going on, Ian?
Man, my thing is, bro, we're gonna have to go to war with these niggas. That's all it is. You know what I'm saying?
The words and opinions expressed by Ian Graves. You want to war with the Simps. You want to punch chicks in the face. You want to do it all. You just ready.
Shit, I'm ready, bro.
You want to go to war with the Simps. I mean, I be on these groups on Facebook. They be talking about stamp out Pookie. My man was, we want to stamp out the Simp.
Yes, sir.
Man, it's like stamping roaches. You step on one, like 10 more
Stamp
come
them
out,
bro. Stamp them. Put
Yeah,
on, pour some bleach on their ass and shit. You know what I'm saying? Do all that.
What's up? What you think, Mega?
All right, there's a multi-point plan. First, we have to identify each type, each subgroup of simps, so we can have a handy database for these simps and isolate, ostracize, and magnify these groups, these collectives of simps that are forming on the outskirts and inskirts. And then also, as we said earlier, use the very objects of their desire to show them the error of their ways, like they're simping towards something pretty. Use something pretty to make simping look lame and make simping lame again, because it actually is. Like the trend of cool simping and all this trick culture, this Detroit and Atlanta trick culture, like also people need to put the context of what that is into play. Like people should start doing interviews with these figures as soon as they reveal themselves, like Meech. Like this is why people were spending all this money in the strip club. You're a regular dude. You're not supposed to do that. Stop doing that. These girls were working for certain people, and this is why, give people context for that. Like, this is not for you. This is why they were doing it. Okay? That's not for you to do. Don't imitate that image. That's not a cool image. That's what I mean.
You talking about the make it rain?
Yeah, that make it rain culture.
All right, so my point of view is, I mean, and I like Mega's plan. You can rock with that, or
go to war.
or
I can see Ian kicking some Simps into a deep hole talking about this is Sparta.
Listen, man. Let them have it. Let them have it. Let the Simps, let the poop doggy dog, let them have it. Just walk away from it. You get the slow motion shot. You walking away with the explosion behind you, the pyrotechnic explosion behind you, and you put your
Michael
shades
Bay
on.
walk away.
Yeah. Just let them have it, man. Be Bruce Willis. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. And just jump out the building as it explodes. Walk away from it. Let them have it. Girls don't like Simps. They're going to continue to lose. And they deserve each other. They're going to keep simping, and the chicks going to keep shutting them down. And, they're going Poop going to win in the hood. But at the end of the day, that's not your concern, because it's not your business. If you ain't concentrating on it, at the end of the day, you do you, and you go that away. It isn't a literal go that away. It's a figurative. Go do you. Do what you do. At the end of the day, any attempt to save situations or whatever, that's when you're gonna have to encounter dealing with these guys. It's like BGS said, the simp will be with us always. We can mitigate, but we can't eradicate.
No, there's definitely no eradication. It's like roaches and rats; they will always survive. But that being the case, we can't allow them to.
The reason that they gonna always, because these chicks are gonna keep birthing these motherfuckers and raising them like that. That's if we really want to keep this ain't just, you know what I'm saying, they just ain't coming out the woodwork. You know what I'm saying?
But you know why they
are birthing these motherfuckers, man.
You know why they birthing them like that? Because I have to borrow Kevin Samuel's phrase, because they creating son husbands.
Because mommy's little man. We know about mommy's little man.
Yeah.
But that can go two ways though. That can go multiple ways.
He's not the first person to come up with that concept though. I mean, I don't know if he coined that actual phrase, but he's not the first person to say that these women are raising.
No. Kevin Samuel uses all of our talking points.
That was really like the Moynihan report that was first saying that a lot of these households were raising these odd boys.
I've seen it a lot where single mothers be kissing their sons in the mouth, talking about he's the man of the house.
Well, R. Kelly, you know what I'm saying? I think I posted about this. R. Kelly had I think I posted on my YouTube, on my Facebook page, but he said that, man, when he was young, so his mother was a teacher, right?
Oh, I remember that.
So he was like, you remember what? That he was the post?
Well, I remember he talking about how he wanted to he loved his mother so much that he wanted to marry her, and he actually proposed to her.
Yeah. He said that, and
weird nigga.
And
somebody touched that dude.
It gets weirder.
Yeah, he did.
It gets weirder. And on top of that weirdness, add a little sprinkle of this. He said that every morning they used to go to the Dunkin' Donuts or some shit like that, right? And the mom would she put on a lipstick, right? And she did this shit on purpose because this is like a regular occurrence.
Yep.
So she would put her lipstick on and check the temperature of the coffee or whatever. And this nigga she would set it down for him, and this nigga would turn it around for where the lipstick was, and want to drink after the fucking heifer and shit. And get the lipstick on his mouth and shit. Like he kissing the broad.
So, oh man. So, okay, this is sick ass shit. So, I mean, anytime
rituals.
And I'm gonna say this, and we gonna close it out soon, man, because it's we 1 minute to midnight here, 3 a.m. on the East Coast. As much as we could, I mean, and I don't want to create a whole new topic with this, but it just kills me how that part of his situation gets overlooked. Like when things happen to women and they do crazy shit, the first thing we do is look into her past and what her trauma is, and et cetera, et cetera. And we know this man's story. And that's not important at all. Like, I've had a few conversations and I've expressed that, and I got people that don't want to speak to me no more because I said, at the end of the day, listen, I'm not absolving R. Kelly for anything that he may have done.
Mm-hmm. He's just as much as a victim as the things that he's done.
I'm sorry?
He's just as much as a victim as the things that he's done.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, like you look at people like Centoya Brown, who obviously was an active
listen, did I send you the information where it talked about how her IQ was high and she wrote out a whole profile about like an alternate personality for herself to go on a run with and all kinds of other shit.
Who is Centoya Brown again?
Centoya Brown was the one who shot her white trick in the back of her head after being trafficked by this alleged. There's a lot of stuff that was going on.
Okay, gotcha.
Boyfriend. That was her
Yeah,
boyfriend.
but the
okay,
dude,
so
the dude is dead though.
Go on about she was her IQ thing.
All right, basically, this girl was.
You there? Yo, you there?
Right before we get to 411 on this shit.
You there?
Somebody don't want that to get out.
Unmute. You're on mute.
You're on mute, bro. I can see it. You are on mute.
Yeah, I don't want to cut this conversation before he finishes me that story. But basically, Centoya Brown, until he comes back, Centoya Brown, I mean, the way they pushed it is like, oh, because she killed her rapist. Understand, that was a dude that was paying her, right? He didn't kidnap her.
You talking about that black chick that did life or something?
They had her on a life sentence, but they let her out and she's married now with kids. The thing is, if that was a dude, that would have never happened. He'd still be in jail. But you know, they planned to rob this guy, right? Because she you know, he was a regular, so she had been in his place before. They sold it to the public like he was her pimp, and he wasn't. He was a trick.
They made it seem as though like the R. Kelly situation, like she was being trapped or some shit.
Yeah, like he had her handcuffed against the radiator. Mind you, this girl was in school the whole time all of these things was going on. She was going to school.
Oh wow.
But yeah, that's a conversation for another. Hey Meg, you there? Mega, you there? Yeah, we might have to say this for another day. But yeah, basically, with the whole Simping thing, man. At the end of the day, man, Simps are a hindrance. What they think they're doing some world of good. They think that they're doing some sort of some greater good, good Samaritan shit. When actually, they're helping tear the thing down. And whether they notice or not, enabling these types of things and these sorts of behaviors and letting people skate on their accountability is just a a growth stunt when it comes to the progress of our relationships, our community as a whole, et cetera, because you're allowing one side to feel as though to feel empowered in their abuse, in their bad behavior, and in many ways you're rewarding them in the same way that women reward the men that treat them the worst. The simps reward the worst women.
Yeah,
you understand? So
there was a guy before you went on, I was listening to Kevin Samuels, and he was having a show for men to call in for disagreements, and you had this one dude come in talking about black men need to only be with black women, and Kevin Samuels was like you want to take away our options and tie us to black women that don't even want us. He like, man, you're stupid, basically, he said.
So So guys like that, like I said, there's a lot more to be said on this topic, man. But we'll address it in the future. And shout out to Mega. Shout out to everybody in the chat. D Scott, Ghost Walker, BGS. Thanks for dropping by. Hybrid Ninja Perspective, and I don't know if Kim D Hornsby saw it. I mean, he was on here earlier when I was kind of caught up. I couldn't jump right in, but down by the riverside, I see you,
Marcus. We are at war.
Yo, if you haven't, right now I'm gonna sound like a YouTuber. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already do so. And please click the thumbs up on the video. All right. We're gonna do some more. We're gonna keep these things coming, and also expect a short video later on, or early in the morning, like in the wee hours. Shane as usual, my man Graves.
What is the name? What is the name of the video, Marcus?
Oh, I don't know what the title is gonna be yet. I'm be honest.
No, this one that we're doing now.
Oh, this one is the rise of the Simp army.
So what do you go up against another army with?
Flowers.
Yeah.
No doubt, man. Yo, I appreciate it. I'm gonna say the Bronx or nothing. BX, baby, no doubt. I'm
did y'all see the verses? Kane versus
Oh, absolutely. I gotta see it from the beginning, man. I missed it from the beginning, but I gotta watch it again. But Kane gave a shot. Kane brought Shantae on and said that he wouldn't be where he is without her. That might be true. See, Ian gonna try to make this live go 3 hours, but we ain't about to do it. But all I'm gonna say is this: Kane is Brooklyn, right? I know J1S is like Bronx all day, KRS One. Matter of fact, to be honest, KRS is actually from my neighborhood. He's from Flatbush. Yeah. So what I'll say about that is, being a Kane fan most of my childhood, because I'm from that era, right? I'm from that era. Been a Kane fan for most of my childhood. I love KRS. To be honest, when I heard they was doing it, as lyrical as I think Kane is, I was expecting KRS to tear it down because
Kane got
I got you. But I'm just saying, I'm not saying Kane didn't do what he came to do. I'm just saying, like, when it comes to like energy and live performing, you know what I mean? I'm just like, okay, this is definitely, I'm not it's just it's a hard choice to say one or the other, but I know which ones, I know, who strengths, Kane's lyricism is his strong suit. And when it comes to KRS, like, KRS is KRS, you know what I'm saying? So, it was just hard. It was just hard for me to, go, to go one way. But we'll get into that.
But
man.
but I give Kane a thumbs down because he had to say that he wouldn't be who he was without Shantae. Not just him, but a whole slew of niggas he said would not exist except for her.
This is what we're gonna do.
I give him a thumbs down.
We're gonna continue this on the next live, bro. And, we're gonna roll out of here. Yo, thank you for the new subscribers. Welcome to the channel. We're gonna continue this this discussion right here on the next one. All right. 100. Appreciate y'all jumping up in here.
All right, Shay.
I holler at y'all on the backside. 100.
All right.